حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون. السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله. وعلى الأرواح التي حلت بفنائك، عليكم مني جميعا سلام الله أبدا ما بقيت وبقي الليل والنهار، ولا جعله الله آخر العهد مني لزيارتكم. شام-Ghariban، the night of loneliness, the light in which the daughters of Rasulullah find themselves in the wilderness of Karbala. Despite the masa'ib which befell the Ahlul Bayt alayhim salamullah, there is one thing that we must never mistake, that despite the sorrows and despite the calamities and despite the weeping and the wailing, the ladies of Ali Muhammad were not weak. The masa'ib were great, but they themselves were not weak. And that's why on a night such as this night, Zainab al-Kubra alayha salam prays namaz-i-shab, the night prayers. But bi abi wa ummi, in which state was Zainab praying her night prayers? She was praying sitting down. In the Sharia of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you only pray sitting down when your body is too frail to carry you, yes? Zainab alayhi salam wasn't so old that she couldn't stand, no. But she turned her face towards the river Euphrates to Abu Abdullah al-Hussain, and she said, Yabna Ummi, forgive me if I pray Salatul Layl sitting down, but when I saw your body in Karbala, and what's happened to your children and the orphans of your companions has left me no strength to stand up. Yes. Zainab alayhi salamullah witnessed many a calamity between the dawn of Ashura and the eve of Shame-Ghariban. But even in that instance, she does not neglect a mustahab salah. My brothers, as we move from Ayam Ashura, my sisters, let us not be confused that it's enough we come these 10 nights and we weep for Abu Abdullah and that's it, we're okay with Allah, we don't pray anymore. No. Zainab, after all the calamities which befell her, she still prays a salah which is mustahab, not wajib, mustahab. Karbala is about our salah. Karbala is about our obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's not just about the sorrows. The sorrow is there, but more than the sorrow is the resolve to have tawakkul on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What are the masa'ib which Zainab al-Kubra alayhi salamullah saw on Yawm Ashura? Too many to list. But there is one particular masa'ib that broke the heart of Zainab alayhi salamullah. Turn your hearts and your souls towards Karbala in a night where the daughters of Rasulullah do not even have a single tent to go in, yes? You see, when the night fell over the daughters of the Risala, they were grateful, for it was the first part of the day. after their tents were burnt, that the daughters of Risala could be comfortable, that the eyes of the non-mihram can no longer look at them. Yes, bi abi wa ummi. Yes, they were burning one tent after another. Zainab on Yawm Ashura says, I am Zainab, my own shadow has never seen me. Yes, now the likes of the Mal'oon Shimr can look at Zainab. So when night fell on them, they welcomed nightfall, my brothers and sisters. Yes. But when night time fell upon them, that's the only time Zainab was able to collect all the orphans and the widows together. And as she began to take the head count of who was remaining from the orphans and the widows, she noticed that one of them was missing. Which one? The most precious of them all to her heart. Who is this? The amana of Aba Abdullah al-Hussein. Who am I talking about? Sukayna bint al-Hussein alayhi salamullah. Sukayna is a 3-year-old child. Let me just tell you something about Sukayna. When Sukayna was born, my brothers and sisters, her birth was not a normal birth. No, her birth was the dua of Aba Abdullah al-Hussein. Yes, 3 years before Karbala, Aba Abdullah al-Hussein was constantly being harassed. What did he say? He said, Ya Allah, when my father Rasulullah had no one to support him, you gave him my mother Fatimatul Zahra. She became Fatimatun Ummu Abiha. She took care of her father in such a way that he never ever cared about the calamities of the world. Fatima was the sukoon to my father Rasulullah. Ya Allah, give me my own sukoon. This was the dua of Imam Hussain in Namaz-e-Shab. Allah blessed him with this daughter that the Imam, when he first saw her, he said, that is my sukoon, this is my tranquility. Her name became the sukoon of Hussein, Sukayna bint al-Hussein. Yes, this Sukayna was never separated from her father, my brothers and sisters, not for a moment in her life. All the narrations tell us Sukayna never once slept on a pillow. She always slept on the chest of Aba Abdullah al-Hussein. Yes, my brothers and sisters. So on this night, Shame-Ghariban, it is the first night that Sukayna cannot fall asleep. It is the first night that Sukayna is searching for her father, but she can't see him. Zainab is looking for Sukayna here and there, but she cannot find her. What did she do? She went out into the wilderness. She said, Baba Ali, Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, Ya Mushkil Kusha, Ya Ali, help me find the amana of Aba Abdullah al-Hussein. Yes, Zainab was searching left and right, until she got to the river Euphrates. When she got to the river Euphrates, she heard the faint weeping of a young girl. She got closer, she couldn't see anything. As she got closer, bi abi wa ummi, what did she see? She saw Sukayna on the chest of Aba Abdullah. But what chest of Aba Abdullah? A chest which was trampled beneath the hooves of the horses. Yes, the spine of Hussein and his chest were leveled. Sukayna had thrown herself on her father, saying, Baba Abdullah, where did you go? They stole my earrings, they slapped me around, they burned my tents, they abused my aunties. Aba Abdullah, why are you not waking up to help me? Bi abi wa ummi. What was the state of Zainab al-Kubra alayha salam? Walakin bi abi wa ummi, Zainab's state was even more devastated when she saw Aba Abdullah al-Hussein. Yes, bi abi wa ummi. How did she see Aba Abdullah al-Hussein? For the first time, she looked at the body of Aba Abdullah. She never once asked if it was Hussein or no, but she looked at him and she says, Akhayya, is this you? Ya Aba Abdullah, is this you? How do I describe you? I can't see your face because your head has been severed. Yes? yes, the head of Abu Abdullah was returned to Zainab in Sham, bi abi wa ummi. On the night in which they came to Sham for the first time, they put them in the Kharaba, which is a place, a prison that did not protect the women from the heat of the day, nor the cold of the night, bi abi wa ummi. Imam Sajjad alayhi salam says that was the first night in which the women of Ali Muhammad could go to sleep peacefully, because it's the first night in which they were in shelter. Yes, bi abi wa ummi. He says, at that moment when we entered the Kharaba of Sham, all the children and the orphans and the widows were exhausted from the harassment and the travel from Karbala to Kufa and Kufa to Sham, that they were able to sleep for the first time. He says, I assumed that they were all sleeping, so I began to pray Salatul Layl. He says, when I finished Salatul Layl, I heard the weeping of a woman, but it sounded to me that she was trying to muffle her weeping so that she doesn't disturb those who are sleeping. What does Imam Sajjad say? Ajrukum ala Zahra akhirul masaib. He says, I looked into the corner of the prison cell, and there I saw my aunt Zainab alayhi salam sitting in the corner. In her hand is the head of Abu Abdullah al-Hussain. I couldn't tell whether it was the tears of Zainab that fell on the face of Imam al-Hussain, or whether it was Imam al-Hussain who was weeping for the state of Zainab. He says, but the thing that broke my heart the most was the words between Zainab to my father Abu Abdullah. What was she saying to him? Remember, this is the first time they had brought the head to Zainab alayhi salam. What did she say to him? She said, Abu Abdullah, when my grandfather Rasulullah passed away, I didn't feel that I lost my grandfather, because you became like my grandfather. This is for every sister who has a brother in her life that has always been there for her. Imagine you have lost him. And for every brother that is there for their sister, imagine your sister in the wilderness. She says, Abu Abdullah, you loved me so much that you didn't allow me to feel the loss of my grandfather Rasulullah. When my mother Fatima left me and she died, you became my Fatima. When Ali was gone, you became my Ali. When Hussain al-Mujtaba was gone, you became al-Hussain al-Mujtaba. When Abu Fadl didn't return, you became my Abu Fadl. But Abu Abdullah al-Hussain, now that I don't have you, من لي غيرك يا أخي, who do I have now to compensate me? Ya Hussein, today my mother Fatima has died. Today my father Ali has died. Today my grandfather Muhammad has left me. اليوم أصبحت يتيما. Now I have become an orphan. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم.